In today's video, I'm going to walk you through how I fell for a get-rich-quick scheme and exactly what happened. Let's dive in. All right, well, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the podcast. As always, I am genuinely grateful that you're spending your time with me. I hope that this is helpful for you in your journey of building your woodworking business. I want to talk to you today about get-rich-quick schemes, and I want to talk to you about kind of the mindset and the mentality behind get-rich-quick schemes, and ultimately one that I fell for and what happened. So what is a get-rich-quick scheme? Well, a lot of people do have what I call get-rich-quick schemes where they're selling you a dream that isn't possible, of something that sounds good, it sounds achievable, but it's really not achievable. That's pretty common in the marketplace. But when we actually look at what does it mean to get wealthy, what does it mean to make a lot of money, I want to do some math for you and kind of talk about the principle of get rich quick. And so let's say, for example, you make $50,000 a year. Let's say that you'll always make $50,000 a year and you work for 50 years. Okay, that's a really long time. How much money will you have made over the course of your lifetime? Well, you would have made $2.5 million, okay? So you made $50,000 a year for 50 years and you made $2.5 million. So when we talk about this concept of get rich quick, really honestly, the only way to get rich before you die is to get rich quick. So that's person number one. They make $50,000 a year for 50 years and they make $2.5 million. Now, person two, let's say that person makes $500,000 a year for 5 years and they make $2.5 million. Obviously, these people are doing completely different things. They're offering completely different amounts of value to the marketplace. They're doing completely different responsibilities and roles. But what ultimately allows person number two to get rich at a young age was compressing the timeline that he made $2.5 million. In order to get wealthy, in order to get rich, you need to compress the timeline in which you make money. That's what getting wealthy looks like. That's what getting rich looks like, okay? When we talk about, how much money we're making in get rich quick schemes, the other thing that we have to talk about and acknowledge here is how much does it cost you to live? Okay, so let's say for person number one, they're making $50,000 a year. Well, it's probably costing them somewhere around $50,000 a year to live. Maybe they live off of $40,000 and they save $10,000. Obviously, all these numbers are not including taxes or any of these things, just for simple math. But let's just say that they had a 20% savings rate. Well, they're making $50,000, they're living off of $40,000, they're saving $10,000 a year. Well, investing $10,000 a year or saving $10,000 a year is, over 10 years, that's just $100,000 saved. And so in order to get wealthy, we have to figure out how to increase our income so that we can increase our savings rate and thus our investment rate at a much faster rate. So obviously this is a woodworking business channel. I'm talking to you guys about woodworking business principles, but ultimately I think all of our hopes and dreams and wishes are to be okay financially, to be set financially, to not have to worry about the same things that we used to have to worry about, to be able to breathe financially. And so I'm going to give you guys really the path that I took to give us a ton of breathing room. And unless we do something really dumb with our money, never really have to worry about money in a huge way ever again. That's not to say that, we're worth $10 million or $50 million or anything like that, but this year I'll break $1 million net worth. So with that being said, what exactly is the get-rich-quick scheme that I fell for? Okay, well, here's what it is. You ready? It is building and selling a business. It's building and selling a business. And I want you to understand that let's say that you build a business that is netting $100,000 a year. So my business, Iron by Iron Woodworks, last year in 2023, we did $900,000. I ran that entire business off location. I was not involved in the day-to-day operations of the business. We had a team that handled all of it. And so we net around $100,000 in that business, and I was able to sell Iron by Iron Woodworks for a multiple of those net profits. Now, depending on your industry, depending upon how big or small your business is, that multiple will vary, okay? It's typically anywhere from like 2 to 5. In some industries, it's even like 10 times the multiple of the net profits. But imagine with me for just a moment that you could build a business in the next couple years that was doing $500 to $1 million a year in gross revenue. Let's say that you were keeping $100,000 and you could sell that at a 3 to 5x multiple to somebody that wanted to buy that business. Well, in an instant, you can get $300,000 to $500,000 put inside of your bank account. That money invested in something that is a good investment is going to yield you, 10 to 50% a year based on what it is, 10 to 50% a year on that money. So at 10% a year, let's say you had $300,000 at 10% a year, you're going to make $30,000 your very first year. At 50% a year at $300,000, you're going to make $150,000. But understanding that the way to get wealthy quick is really to build and sell businesses, because you get to access cash, access capital at an accelerated rate by doing that. Now, if you have a business where you don't have, basically, you're not involved in it, not involved in the day-to-day operations, it's scaling without you, it's growing without you, you don't have to sell that, right? You can just keep doing that. But I see the wealthiest people out there, they have built businesses and sold businesses. Or they have a ton of equity in really, really big businesses like your Amazons, your Facebooks, your Googles, things like that. But when we talk about get rich quick, I want to encourage you to quit using that terminology, get rich quick schemes. Now, are there actual get rich quick schemes that people fall for, invest a ton of money in, and it doesn't work for them? Yes, that does happen. But the idea of you getting wealthy, you getting financially free, is only going to come through you compressing the timeline of the money that you make. And that's going to be by making more money faster. Okay, so ultimately, get rich quick is how you get wealthy. It is how you get rich. It is how you get financial freedom. And so I wanted to just kind of debunk this myth of get rich quick inside of this video. I wanted to give you guys some actual thought process behind how you actually make a lot of money and how you get where you're trying to go financially faster. And I know that you're here to build a woodworking business. I know that you're here because it's what you love to do, but ultimately, you also have to take care of your family. You're here to build your personal financial future as opposed to just building the business. And so, at least for me, that was my goal. So if you're watching this and you are trying to get started on your woodworking journey, I've got a free resource for you, and that is going to be the Handmade Business Secrets ebook in the description below. It's completely free to you. Just enter your first name, your email address. We'll send that over to you. It's just a PDF download. It's about 100 pages long. We've had several thousand people read that book now, and it's been extremely beneficial to so many of them. I would encourage you to be the next one. There's a couple other resources I want to tell you about. We have the Handmade Hero Academy, which is really, if you're stuck, you're getting started, you're trying to find a product that sells, you're trying to develop some photography, videography skills, you're trying to get a website established, and you're trying to learn the basics of advertising and marketing, that program is going to be really helpful for you. It's a super low cost entry. It's a $500 program, or you can do a couple payments, I think of $200, 3 payments of $200 to get into that. And it's going to give you some of these baseline business skills that you don't currently have to get you where you're trying to go. And then lastly, if you are trying to scale, you're really trying to grow your woodworking business, you want to go to $10, $20, $30, $50,000 per month, be sure to check out the Woodworking Business Accelerator program. Guys, we have tons and tons and tons of case studies at this point of people that have joined the program. Their sales have skyrocketed. We've helped coach them through all the production challenges that come with that. You know, if you're going to sell a whole lot more, you're going to have to build a whole lot more. But that is what we're there for. So we will either teach you how to run your ads, or we will run your ads for you, and we will coach you on all of the business principles that you need to know in order to scale profitably. So with that being said, love you guys. Hope you're doing well. Hope this has been a great year for you so far. We're at the end of April at the time of this recording. Hope 2024 is shaping up to be what you hope that it would be. But with that being said, we'll see you in the next one. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through how I fell for a get-rich-quick scheme and exactly what happened. So with that being said, let's do it again. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through how I fell through. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about how I fell for a get-rich-quick scheme. That's a really hard phrase to say for some reason for me. Get-rich-quick scheme.